Hey everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. Y'all, today I am making my mama's coconut cake. Y'all, I have never done a coconut cake. And I'm sure it's because I don't care for the texture of coconut, but I thought I would try it this year. You all can tell I'm just in that mood because these last few videos while I'm baking, I am talking about my sweet mama that I miss so much. So I decided today, okay, let's try this coconut cake. Now what my mom did, my mom simply took her pound cake recipe and she flavored it with the coconut. I remember as a child when my mom would make the coconut cake or her coconut cake during the Christmas holiday, she would get a real coconut, and my dad's responsibility or part of the coconut cake would be to crack that coconut and get it all grated up for my mom. Now that is just a special childhood memory of my mom and the coconut cake, okay? I appreciate those of you that allow me to just kind of talk and share about my mom because I'm missing her some kind of crazy, especially this time of the year during the holidays. Many of you have said that you can relate and you just kind of appreciate and understand me sharing about my mom and the fond memories of baking during the holidays. So I appreciate those of you that get it, okay? But in any event, excuse me, so this is what we're doing today. I have a couple of little twists, if you will. For example, one thing I'm going to change is, you guys, for my milk, y'all know how I love to use coffee creamer. So I'm going to use this Almond Joy coffee creamer for my milk because it has that coconut flavor. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do differently because my mom used milk. So we have 3 cups of Swan's Down cake flour. And y'all, it looks uneven because after I do my measuring, then I put it in this dish because this is actually for liquids, okay? But once I do my measuring, then I just dump it over in here. So that's why it doesn't look level or even, okay? So, but you'll see that it's 3 cups of Swan's Down cake flour. I have ½ teaspoon of salt and ½ teaspoon of baking powder. I'm looking at my recipe. ½ teaspoon of baking powder in this, okay? 3 cups of Swan's Down cake flour, ½ teaspoon of salt, ½ teaspoon of baking powder. Now Swan's cake flour comes pre-sifted for you in the box, already sifted. But once I add that salt and baking powder, I like to sift it one more time. Okie dokie. As I've already stated, I have 1 cup of my Almond Joy coffee creamer. It's room temperature. You can use just regular milk, all right? And then we have 3 cups of granulated sugar. I have 6 large eggs that I've already cracked, and they are also room temperature. We have 2 sticks of unsalted butter and ½ stick of Crisco, okay? My butter is room temperature, and this Crisco is the Crisco sticks. Let me show you, just in case some of you are not familiar. Now they have 2 different kinds. This is the regular kind. I'm just trying to show you what it looks like. This is the kind that has the butter flavor. I'm not using the butter flavor in this recipe. I'm using the regular kind, but I was just trying to show you what it would look like in the grocery store if by chance you're not familiar with it. I think the regular kind, I think the wrapping has blue on it, maybe. But notice this says butter flavor. That's not the one you want. You want just the regular Crisco sticks, okay? And then when I took it out, it comes like this, and I can just half it, all right? So that makes it very easy to get that half cup. Okie dokie. So, 2 sticks of unsalted butter, and then that half stick, I think it's half a cup of Crisco. Now, I have several packs of this frozen. This is fresh frozen sweetened coconut. It was unthawing, you guys. So I have about 4 packs of this. I don't know if I'm gonna need it all. I do not know, because honey, we weren't grating a coconut. So we're using this. One of our YouTube family members shared the information about getting the fresh frozen coconut months and months ago when I did some type of cake and I needed coconut, okay? So thank you for that. But I have, like I say, 4 of these. Now I am going to toast my coconut. I do like looking at the coconut cakes that are just pure white and they look like snow. They look so pretty. But yeah, I always toast my coconut, okay? So we'll toast that in a little bit. Probably, I'll probably toast it on about 400. Definitely have to watch it so you won't scorch it, and just kind of watch it and move it around, and as it gets browned to your desired color, then you can just take it out, okay? All right, now with my extracts or my flavorings, I want for my coconut cake, because the Almond Joy already has a little coconut flavor, I'm going to add just a hint of my coconut flavored oil, okay? Probably just like a drop or 2 of my coconut flavored oil. I purchased this, my local cake supplier, Kitchen Cake Magic. I'm sure you can get it online as well. And then I want to add a little bit of my butter vanilla, just a little drop of that. I'm adding a little bit of my cream bouquet. I purchased this locally too at my cake supplier here, Kitchen Cake Magic. Just because I want to add all this stuff, y'all. You don't have to do that. You can just, whatever you want to add, the extracts or the flavoring for your coconut cake, whatever you want to add. I say whatever you like. I'm just trying to kind of give you a foundation. And then I want to add just a smidget of almond flavor. Just a smidget, okay? Now, I also want to do, I'm going to do some type of frosting for the cake, believe it or not a glaze, because I need something for that coconut to adhere to. But I want something light and fluffy, okay? So we'll be doing that at some point. And I'll be using some heavy whipping cream for that, some powdered sugar, or confectioner's sugar, powdered sugar, honey. Heavy whipping cream. And I have 2 blocks of cream cheese, okay? 2 blocks of cream cheese. All right, we're going to add some flavor and extracts to that. Now, you guys, there are so many different kinds of coconut cake recipes out there. A lot of them just use egg whites. Egg whites will make your cake very light and fluffy. What I have learned is that I don't care for a pound cake that's light and fluffy. That may sound crazy, but I like a certain denseness to my, or density, whichever one, to my pound cakes. I've baked a cake before where I used only egg whites. I was in shock. I just didn't care for it. So, you know, if you want to just use egg whites, then have added. But I like my pound cakes to be dense. That's just my preference, okay? But again, it's whatever you like. I'm just trying to kind of give you guys a foundation of what to do, okay? So we're going to celebrate our differences. I just wanted to do it like my mama did it, sort of, kind of, all right? And you saw me, I went back old school. I've not used this cake pan in a minute. So I did old school where I put the Crisco in the pan and I did the flour, okay? I'm seeing a little spot where it looked like I might need to add some more Crisco. So that's what I wanted to do today rather than the Baker's Joy. Hopefully, this will do me well and won't stick. For those of you that are going to ask, Miss Donna, where did you get this cake pan? This is another cake pan that I inherited from my first mother-in-law, who was a caterer and a baker. So she passed this down to me, okay? So that was such a blessing. Let me take just a little pinch of that. Little pinch of this flour that's in here and add that. Hopefully that'll be okay. But in any event, we'll see. All right. Okay. So that's ready to go. My oven is preheated to 325 degrees. All right. This cake will probably bake at least about an hour and 15 minutes. You already know I have thoroughly washed my hands. Y'all don't be in the kitchen with nasty hands. Don't be in the kitchen with nasty hands, because that's just nasty. Now I'm starting by adding my, let's see, girl, where's your? Adding my 2 sticks of unsalted butter and my Crisco to my mixing bowl. And what we're going to do, we're going to mix this just a few minutes first by themselves before we start adding the sugar. And to that, we're going to add just a little bit of my cream bouquet. Just a little bit. I'm adding just a little bit of my, I like to shake it up first too, a little bit of my butter vanilla. Next, we're adding just a drop of my pure almond extract. Just a little drop, you guys. Or 2. Just a little drop or 2. And then we have our coconut flavor, the oil. I'm going to add just a little bit of my oil. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to taste this batter before I'm done. Okay? A little pour. To make sure I'm getting that hint of coconut that I want. And if by chance I'm not getting what I want, I'm going to add more to it. Alright? So again, we're starting by mixing this butter, Crisco, just a few seconds by themselves. And then I'll slowly start adding this sugar. Now what I'm going to do, once I get this sugar added, I'm going to cream this butter, sugar, and Crisco for about 10 minutes. I'm going to set me a timer on my microwave and do something else, okay? I might start toasting my coconut. But we're going to cream this butter and sugar for about 10 minutes. I cream on high, so this mixture is usually set on medium high. This mixture is usually set on about 8, 7.5, 8. And well, I'll have to stop a couple of times. Lord, can you talk today, lady? I will have to stop a couple of times to scrape down the sides of this bowl, because what you'll notice, the butter, the sugar, Crisco will start accumulating on the sides of the bowl, which means if it's on the side of the bowl, it's not down in the bowl getting properly creamed, okay? So I'll stop a couple of times, scrape down the sides of my bowl. Now once we're done creaming all of this, I'm going to stop, come back, and let you see what light and fluffy should look like. And then after that, we'll start adding the rest of our ingredients. are light and fluffy. Okay, so that's what you want to be looking like as it pertains to light and fluffy. Okay, so now that we're light and fluffy, we're going to turn the mixer back on, and I'll start adding my 6 eggs one at a time. Once I add an egg, I let that yolk break up, and I don't wait necessarily for the entire yolk to like totally disappear. I add the egg, excuse me, give it a few seconds. Once that yolk breaks up, mixes in for just a few seconds, then I'll add the next egg, okay? Once we get all of our eggs added, you'll notice I'm going to turn this mixer down. I'm going to turn it down to low, which is usually about on the number 2 for this mixer. Then it'll be time for me to start adding my flour and my liquid and alternating, okay? You want to start with dry, your flour. You want to end with the dry, your flour, okay? This process does not take nearly as long as the creaming of the butter and the sugar. You're not trying to get this batter silky smooth. That's not what you're doing. If you're trying to do that, you're going to make your cake fall, okay? This part only takes literally about 2 minutes, all right? So, again, if you overmix, and sometimes it's hard not to do, and again, you can do all the right things, so you think, and then for some reason your cake still does not turn out right. That's the nature of a pound cake. Sometimes they can have a mind of their own. Don't let it discourage you. Just keep baking, okay? So we're going to alternate. Once we get to that point, again, you'll notice I'm going to turn this mixer down, all right? So we're going to finish getting this cake mixed up, and then we're going to get it poured so we can get it baked. added that last little bit of flour. I did taste my batter and I wanted a little bit more coconut flavor, so I added just a little bit more of my oil, okay? So that's what you have to do. Just, if you're not sure if you have enough flavor, taste just a little smidget. And then you'll still have time to add more. And I'm just going to mix just a couple of more seconds by hand. Scraping under the bottom, making sure we're getting everything thoroughly mixed in. Can see this cake pan. Where's my... Oh. Okay, I was looking for my... Let's see, here it is, here it is. There we go. That's better. This batter smells so good. Ooh. And I was trying to toast my coconut while I was mixing up the cake, but my oven was already preheated to 325. I didn't want to turn it up, so it wasn't toasting quick enough for me, so I'll just wait and get it toasted once the cake comes out. It won't take long at all to get it toasted up. Also too, if you wanted to, you could add some coconut to your batter. I struggle with the texture of the coconut, so that's why I can eat coconut. I like the flavor of coconut, but I don't like the texture of the coconut flakes. So it has to be, I would have had to like grind it up really, really fine to add it to the batter. I didn't want to do that. So, and I want to be able to taste the cake once it bakes. And it makes it hard for me to taste it if those coconut flakes are in there. But by all means, if you wanted to add a little coconut flakes to your batter, you could do that as well, and just, you know, just fold some in. But me don't like coconut like that. It's just, ooh, is anybody else like that? It's just something about that texture that it just doesn't sit well with me. But I do enjoy the coconut flavor. So, in any event, honey, we just couldn't. We're just going to leave the coconut to the outside. What was it I baked? I baked something recently. It was it that pecan praline that had the coconut, I think, inside the cake, and I couldn't really eat it and taste it like I wanted to because of the coconut flakes. Okay, we're going in 325 degrees. I've got my batter as level and even as I can. I'm hitting it under the bottom to release air bubbles. When I bake in the middle of my oven. So what I do is adjust my racks to where one of them is in the middle of my oven. And that's where we bake. Okay, so we're going to set our timer for 1 hour and 15 minutes. I will let you know exactly how long it took to bake, but as always, baking time, girl, don't turn the oven off. Baking time is going to depend on your oven, okay? All right, but I'll let you know exactly how long it baked once I take it out. We baked for an hour and 15 minutes. So now we have to sit here and cool for at least 10 before I flip. Okay, we're flipping. Lord, let this cake release. All right. I don't want to be sad. Ooh. Y'all always be, listen. Y'all know how it is when you flip a cake and you be waiting on that thump. It was a few seconds delayed, which concerns me. In any event, whatever is up under here, we're gonna put icing on it. So that's what the pan looked like. It's not too bad. It was a little hump right here. Look at the little hump. Wait a minute, let me slide it over y'all. See the little hump that was tried to pull out. We're gonna put you, let me see which way you go. Is that the way you go? Okay. Listen, we survived. We survived. Oh, Lord have mercy, because y'all, I was supposed to be sad. Please, I need my mama's coconut cake to turn out all right. Okay, so we will sit here and cool. In the meantime, y'all, let's start working on this, what's this, what we gonna work on, y'all? Oh, this little fluffy icing, okay? Little fluffy icing. Okay, so because I want it fluffy, I'm trying to whip this heavy whipping cream. I'm gonna use my whisk attachment, all right? So we're gonna start off with 2 cups of this heavy whipping cream, and if I make too much, I can save some of this for later. I just want to make sure I have enough. I feel like 2 cups gonna be too much though. Anyway, we're gonna go on and do this. I'd rather have too much than not enough. Okay, so we're starting with 2 cups of this heavy whipping cream. No, I take that back. Let me do 1.5 cups. Ooh, child, do I want to do 1 cup? That looks like a lot. I'm gonna start with 1 cup. Okay. So we're doing 1 cup of our heavy whipping cream, because y'all, I just believe that's gonna be too much. Oh, I was gonna say, in the meantime, I thought I had put my coconut back in and had forgotten about it. Wait a minute, y'all. Woo. Okay, while we're doing this, I've turned the oven up to 400. I'm gonna put this coconut in. I was gonna have a fit like, no. Okay, so I won't forget, we're gonna set the timer for, we're gonna do about 4 minutes right now. Listen, about 4 minutes. Oh my goodness, that scared me just for a minute. Okay, so we're starting with 1 cup of this heavy whipping cream. And let me see, is that gonna, I almost feel like I need a smaller bowl. We'll see if this is gonna work. Okay, let's see. I don't think I want any. I'm gonna add some of my vanilla butternut, just a little bit, and then I'm also gonna add a little bit of my cream bouquet, because see, we're gonna add the coconut, then we've got coconut in the cake. I don't want it to be too much coconut, okay? So we're adding a little cream bouquet, the vanilla, the butter vanilla, and I'm gonna see if this bowl is deep enough to whisk this up, because I want this whipping cream to get stiff where it starts making the peaks. So we're gonna see if this is, if I need to just put it in a smaller bowl so more of the beaters can reach the heavy whipping cream. Okay, so we'll see if this works. If it does, we're going to whip this for about 2 minutes so it could, like I said, get those stiff peaks before we add our cream cheese. And since I changed it to 1, I don't think we're going to need both of these. So we're going to, let's just see if this works. Okay, you guys, I had to add my guard because that heavy whipping cream started splashing. But you guys see how stiff that has become, okay? So we're going to leave that there. I went and grabbed my hand mixer because I want to mix up this cream cheese and get it really smooth and start adding powdered sugar to it. So I'm going to use this 1 block of cream cheese. I'll probably start with maybe about 2 cups of powdered sugar and then go from there and get this mixed up, okay? Now that we have this mixed up, see how creamy it is. We're going to add it to the heavy whipping cream and then mix it all up together. And I think this is going to be enough. I think if I had done 2 blocks of that cream cheese, I think that would have been too much. Entirely too much. Y'all, I'm still checking on my coconut. Ooh, y'all, this coconut cake got me jumped. Every now and again, I'll just pull it out. Make sure you guys are on. See how it's starting to brown in some areas, and I think I'm almost done. I don't want it all brown, but just definitely want it to be noticeable that it was toasty. Okay. So we're gonna leave that in for a couple more minutes. Oh, that is definitely fluffy. See how this, let's see how this tastes. Wow, this is so fluffy. Let me mix it a few more minutes, a few more seconds. And on second thought, I think I do want just a little drop of coconut in here. Just a little drop. all she wrote. And it's not going to be real. It's not going to be, I think it's going to be just enough to coat it. So I'm going to take this and put it in the refrigerator for a few minutes and let it kind of chill, okay?
It's a good looking cake. See some coconut?
Baby, do you eat coconut?
I like coconut.
Okay, I'm glad you do, because I don't.
This is a coconut?
It's his time.
It's plain.
Why are you looking like that?
Because it looks like I don't know, it looks like coconut on it, but it looks like something else, almost like a
That's because I toasted the coconut. You mean because it's like brown looking?
no, I like the icing. I can see up under it. I don't know. It looks like ice cream.
It look like ice cream.
Kind of like ice cream.
But you can't see the icing.
I can't see the icing.
You can? What, am I up under that? You can?
Oh wow, that looks good. Wow, that looks very good.
It look like, ooh, I got that coconut in my mouth. Stop messing. All I can taste is the cake because I don't want the coconut part.
That's good.
Ugh, I don't want that texture of coconut.
Let me taste it.
Me can't like it.
Me can't taste it. It's a big giant fork. Why you eat it with a spoon? What it tastes like?
I ate the part without coconut.
I'm gonna eat the part. Is this cream cheese icing? It looks a little cream cheesy.
It's a fluffy feet icing.
I know I don't taste this before.
What you mean you know you done taste this before? What is, does it remind you of something?
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime.
That's good. There's coconut.
Y'all see it good?
That's good.
Is that good? That's my mama's pound cake recipe, but you know, she does the little coconut thing to give. It tastes like a mama cake. That's all I know how to say.
This is good.
Is it good? I've never made a coconut cake before.
This is really good. This is really good.
And I didn't want to make it with egg whites because I don't like a fluffy cake.
It looks like ice cream.
You think so? Anyway, trying to get my thumbnail. I can't. Ooh, child. Baby, are you looking this way? Anyway, that's Christmas. Y'all, it reminds me of my mommy.
This is so good.
It's good. I don't like the texture of coconut. That's why. Would you have liked it if coconut had been on the inside of the cake? I wanted to be able to taste the cake. That's why I didn't put any coconut inside the cake. Excuse me, y'all.
Only problem I would probably have with this cake, the icing seemed to be so.
Is it fluffy?
Fluffy that
It is.
If you warm it.
Oh yeah, it'll run. Yeah, because it's not that kind of an icing.
Right.
It is a fluffy.
It almost
icing.
tastes like
But it does
a whipped cream.
Yeah, it's more whipped. It does have cream cheese in it.
Okay.
But it has heavy whipping cream, and I whipped that first. That was really until that was kind of stiff and had peaks in it, and then you mixed it with the powdered sugar and the
This is so good.
So it's it's like I didn't want the cake fluff. I just like when I have a pound cake, I like for it to be dense. I mean, pound cakes are dense. So that time I fixed that pound cake where I used all of those egg whites. It was too fluffy for me.
No, that was an incredible cake.
No, I didn't like it.
The one that looked like it was ghost white, white on white.
I can't. Oh, it was the white velvet.
Yes, sir. My goodness, girl.
That was too fluffy for me. So
they love that one. They love this one right here.
So if you want to make it with egg whites, I would say just do my white velvet, or either see how many egg whites I put in the white velvet. And I like dense. Is it density or denseness?
This
or both of them. Anyway, density. Not. But anyway, I don't like it that light and fluffy, so that's why I use the whole egg. But
this is a good cake.
You have an option. Do you like it good?
The only thing. There's, you know, you love warm bread.
I mean, you try to warm that little piece and see what happens. And then it's a little cool too. Oh, another thing I did, once I did icing it, I sat it in the refrigerator because the icing is so fluffy. Just listen, baby, listen, so we can see. Okay, anyway. Well, you just won't be eating it.
I tell you what, man, here's how we can figure it out.
I mean, well, you've got a little bit. Just
here, blow on it. I'm just kidding.
That wasn't funny, so don't y'all be laughing. That was not even funny.
Was it?
It wasn't.
Oh.
Blow your little hot breath on it. That's why the icing running make me sick. You make me sick. Okay. Well, alrighty, you guys. That's it. That is coconut, and that is like Christmas. And even, let me tell you something. I just think too, that outside coating up under the cake has that little crunch. Y'all, that is my mama's cake.
This is so good. This is good.
I was sharing how my dad used to get the real coconut and would break the coconut and grate it for my mom when she did the
really?
Coconut cake. When she would do that for Christmas.
Get the coconut, baby, and I'll grate it for you.
No, honey, we just use the oh, and I really didn't need all those 4 packs of coconuts. I had some coconut left for if I do something else.
That is a good cake. So, it's like a comfort food.
Is it good? Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed, please consider doing so.
By hitting the nosy.
There you go. You got it right this time. That way, you'll know whatever it is we're doing over here.
That is really good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it,
Almighty.
man. I was wondering because I couldn't remember
baby, you
if
got
you
coconut
like.
on your
Go ahead,
neck.
coconut on my neck.
Mama, who been kissing you on your neck, Donna? Donna, who been kissing you on your neck, Donna? Donna, how coconut get on your neck? Wait a minute, Donna.
Man, ain't nobody had the coconut, but you go.
Well, how I get on your neck, Donna? I ain't kiss you on your neck.
Okay, I don't know, honey. Listen, go on somewhere.
Rewind the camera. Let me see something.
Anyway, alrighty then. So thank you guys so much. Back up, babe is cutting here.
I keep growing.
Thank you guys so much
keep
for
growing.
watching. We already look forward to you joining us again next time. Bye. Baby, I can stay here and go to sleep.
I know that's because I love you so much, babe.
I love you too.
Just rest in my arms. I got you.